Arnold. Stage show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the PR review for BeaverCube. As Ken has said, we're a group of high school students representing about 12 to 15 different high schools here. Over the past 4 weeks, we came together, we learned about a huge amount of design process and just science in general about satellites. And over the last 1.5 weeks, we developed this PDR review. This is the agenda we'll be running through today. I just welcomed you guys. So afterwards we'll do BeaverCube overview. We'll talk about our mission goals and key requirements, and then we'll dive into the subsystems and go over all of the subsystems here. In the end, systems will do a conclusion. So, BeaverCube overview. What was the purpose of this program? The primary purpose was to introduce this idea that even high school students can build satellites. It's to educate high school students about satellite construction. And then the secondary sort of objective is to possibly challenge large-scale satellites for their cost effectiveness. So we'll get into that more in detail in our mission statement. But the general idea is that the United States is spending billions of dollars into those gigantic scientific research satellites. But a lot of the times, some of these missions can be done with smaller scale, much cheaper CubeSats that don't require a specific launch schedule, so it's much easier to fit on and go to space. And there's more room for failure if it comes to that. So, I will proceed to introduce those of whom will be presenting and those of whom that have assisted us throughout this process. So our program manager, or our mentor and TAs, we have Professor Karen Kapoy and her sort of team that have been helping us, and then we also have technical advisors, Paul, Bobby, and Austin, who some of them are here, some of them are not. Now we'll go into sort of the team that have been working on for this presentation. So right off the bat, we have systems engineer, and I'm the team lead. In my team, we have Eliza, Jamie, and Jordan. They're all sitting over there right now. They'll be coming up to talk in a bit. Afterwards, we have our subsystem. I will only be introducing the leads for right now. They'll introduce the leads later. They'll introduce their team members later. We have in thermal subsystem, Bharat as the lead engineer. We have communications, Eamon for communications. We have Garrett Day for power subsystem. We have Austin Cosby for software. We have Cameron for structures. We have Isabel for payload, and Maggie for ECS. So this is sort of a rough timeline of what we foresee would happen. Currently, we accomplished target 1, which was education for ourselves, and then produced a preliminary design. Hopefully, we'll be able to see someone else picking up this critical design phase, and then we'll submit launch application, and over the sort of the course of these targets, eventually build up to a operation that we'll be able to launch, deploy, and proceed with operation. So, we're going to introduce our sort of system of how we did this. Right off the bat, we have mission requirements. This overall mission requirements is sort of what we define as the goal of our CubeSat, and afterwards we divide it up into key constraints and system requirements. Key constraints come from a variety of different sources, such as pod requirements, our deployment pod requirements, testing requirements for launch vehicles, and from those we develop our ICDs, which also play a role in our system requirements. That's sort of an internal so that by accomplishing these system requirements, we achieve our mission requirement. And then after that, we have our subsystems that will also have to go. So our mission goal is we set up three different level of achievement. We have our threshold, which is simply to earn a position, to launch at the ISS, detumble from the ISS, and then deploy, finish basically the commissioning process. Afterwards, we will have our baseline goal, which is to take a picture, an IR photograph of the Earth, and then proceed to downlink that photo. And then we also need to demonstrate repeatability and the ability to focus on an area of interest. So afterwards is our goal, and our goal is to eventually develop an autonomous system that will replace the human operators that is required in this process. So for instance, if we have a planned development for the next 24 hours, instead of having a human operator to deal with that, we will have an autonomous system.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, you may have mentioned it, basically, what is the satellite supposed to do?
So it's coming right up, I believe. I may have,
Okay.
yeah, actually, yeah, it's coming right up. So, Liza?
Alright, so hi, I'm Eliza. I'm going to be addressing mainly the key constraints and requirements that we as a systems engineering team have kind of established for the BeaverQ mission. So the key constraints are primarily just a set of legal requirements that we're gonna have to fulfill so that we can launch. As an example of that is that BeaverQ shall comply with NASA's process for limiting enrollment to 3, which is primarily just saying that we have to passively exit orbit within 25 years. As a 1U cell without propulsion, we will come in well under. And similarly, we have to make sure that any use of RFCOM will be in accordance with US law, obtain FCC authorization, have the necessary RF operating licenses for ground stations. We also have to make sure that BeaverQ will be designed and verified to the environments defined in the dispenser USAT test environments text table, and for the dispenser USAT qualifications acceptance test flow diagram, which are essentially just documents that outline our testing and integration flow. And then we're working with an ISS orbit, so essentially we're just saying that BeaverQ shall operate within an orbit with an inclination of 51.6 degrees and an altitude of 375 to 425 kilometers, which follows the ISS orbit. Alright, there's more constraints. So we have to make sure that BeaverQ shall remain powered off from the time of delivery to the launch vehicle through on-orbit deployment. And we also have to make sure RF from the time of delivery to the launch vehicle through 45 minutes after on-orbit deployment. We also have to make sure we have proper ventilation to kind of avoid any explosion while we are ascending. We also have to make sure that we're designing at least 3 independent units to prevent accidental RF transmission. Alright, so next up I'm going to be addressing the requirements that we have established as a systems team. In this section we established these such that if we meet all of these requirements, we will be meeting our mission goals. So the first two are volume and mass standards, which are essentially defined by NASA just under the 1U standard. So those are that we have to remain under 1.3 kilograms, that we have to remain under 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 11 centimeters, but over 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So our third key requirement is that we should successfully capture and transmit IR photos of frequency bands M14 and M16 so that we can analyze cloud top temperature data and sea surface temperature data, which is our main goal. And we also have to make sure that we can survive launch by meeting requirements as defined in the NASA LSC and USAT requirements document and operate as planned as defined in our concept of operations. So next up, we're going to go into subsystem work that systems engineering has done, and that's going to start off with Jordan, who's going to be addressing the RBQ concept of operations.
So our BeaverQ with the concept of operations and ConOps first we're going to be aiming to get a launch on a rocket to the ISS. After that, we'll be deployed. We'll be powering on around 30 minutes after our deployment from ISS. The main reason for this mission is to be able to take IR photos of the Earth and just to be able to read the temperature. And such, we're aiming for ocean surfaces and cloud tops as well. So we're aiming to take those photos, about 2 per orbit, and then be able to downlink those to the ground station here at the MIT campus. So we're trying to demonstrate the capability to be able to take photos over a specific location as well, so that we can get accurate measurements over a period of time, so that we'll be able to compare that data over a few months at least. After we've proven that we're able to complete this, for the most part, the CubeSat should be up there for at least around 200 days on average, roughly. So just for trying to demonstrate the repeatability and consistency of the CubeSat, and just how to consistently be able to take those pictures, collect consistent data. And then after we receive the first few packages from the CubeSat at the ground station, our plan is to continue having the CubeSat operating until deorbit, and so we continually will be receiving the photos until it eventually deorbits due to drag. I believe up next we have Jamie Menthal, who's going to be presenting the baseline design of our CubeSat.
Hello, so this is our baseline design. You can see the solar panels, the chassis, and the deployable component. This is the internal model, also made out of the instructor's team. Some of the major parts include our Raspberry Pi main computer system on here, some radios, and our 2 thermal and FLI those on campus.
Can I ask a quick question? The deployable, what is that? Is that a deployable antenna? Solar panel?
There are 2 deployables. One is the ISIS deployable antenna, which you see on the bottom extending right now,
Okay.
like before. And then the top deployable is a calibration system to assist our camera. Because on launch, the cameras may be over time, not just during launch, but over time, it will be, the calibration will change, because this is not exactly a space grade, but an industrial grade level
And that's going to
camera.
come later in the presentation of this discussion of the calibration?
Yes,
Okay.
payload will come.
It's just our design. And we went over the mass of each of our subsystems. We are within the mass constraint, but we do not have that much of a margin currently. This is our overall power diagram. So you can see the power system on the right, the battery, solar panels, PS, what is all of their systems, control system, payloads, communications. And this is our data block diagram of all the sensors on the right, control systems, and payloads, and communications. Our integration and testing flow will allow for the Modified Launch Services program, which meet all those requirements, although we've not done any of physical testing. But the flight will be testing for these standards. Next up, we have the instructors team.
I should have made it clear at the beginning, I'm sorry, but each of the teams will be kind of doing a tag team, so it's all within the same section. Whenever we finish the section, it'll end up in an agenda. So before we go start with the next team, if there are any questions or comments on system engineering, now we can go on to.
Did I see that right?